Spellbound is a femtastical, actual play D&D podcast. It follows the adventures of Princess Theia, the human sorceress, played by Lydia.r.miller.
This is a magically binding contract. If you break it, horrible things will happen to you.
Delaelia, the elven ranger, played by Kelsea Botwinick-Caruza.
Well, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Emma let Bill die.
Feliks, the gnome fighter, played by Rebecca Munoz.
Anybody else feel like we have no control over what's going on right now?
And me, your DM, Emma Carter. Hello, hello. Welcome back, listeners. So sorry this episode is a day late. I just had an eventful week and needed a little extra time. This next episode gets a little silly. I think we were all in a strange headspace the night we recorded this, but I think we needed it after everything that went down in the previous 2 sessions. I also do want to apologize. We had a little bit of an issue with sound during the session, but we are working hard to improve our sound quality. You won't hear the difference for a little bit, but I promise it gets better. We actually started using Zencastr to record our most recent sessions rather than Zoom, and the sound quality is much better. I highly recommend it. Speaking of which, this week we had our first guest player on the podcast, Mr. Justin Barron. It was so fun, and I can't wait for y'all to hear that episode. It won't come out for a while, but today you do get to meet a character which was named after Justin Barron. Thanks, Justin, for sharing the podcast. And thank you for painting our character figurines. Check out our Instagram to see the awesome character figurines Rebecca had made and Justin painted for us. They are simply fantastic. When we last left our heroes, they just escaped being chased out of Sylvail by a giant blighted dryad. Delaelia is now the carrier of Kildora's godseed, and Prince Dashing, whom our heroes meant to save, has been recovered, although he was unfortunately turned into a bunny by the goddess as punishment for shooting her wolf. What happens next? Let's find out. I will see you in the story.
You know that my Patronus is a Saint Bernard, right?
Your what is? Your Patronus?
Mine is a Tonkinese cat.
Oh my god!
Yours is a what cat?
A Tonkinese cat. It's the kind with a little tail.
Oh, yeah! That is you! Oh, my goodness.
Mine is like this little like lion-crested monkey thing. It's like a little monkey. It's cute.
No, it totally
And I was
works.
just like, I was hoping for a cat, but I was like, you know what? I accept. Like,
I think that's so perfect for you because I think of monkeys as being silly and fun and kind of just like...
But also pretty, like majestically pretty. Yeah.
oh, thank you.
Mine's a fucking poisonous snake, because of course it is.
Snakes!
Guys,
I love snakes.
No, but every single time I take any test, it's like, you're a murderer, but everyone hates you. You know, and it's like, why was this an option?
Why is everybody wearing black shirts?
Oh, I'm not wearing a black shirt. I'm wearing navy and
Okay.
overalls, but I got cold, so I'm wearing a shawl.
When
like
I
a
saw
grandma.
all of your thumbnails, it looked like you guys were all about to do like a black box staged reading, like a play.
There's going to be lots of crying and girls kissing girls. Like, that's exactly what this is.
But please.
But really?
Isn't that what we're doing?
Isn't that... That's why I'm here.
So after escaping from Sylvail, you made camp and quickly fell into an exhausted slumber. Delaelia, as you meditated, you found your mind flooded with the same visions that Kildora showed you when you were in Sylvail. You find yourself reliving the night that the wood elves of Sylvail were so gruesomely sacrificed in the very temple of their goddess. And it doesn't feel like a dream. It feels like you're there. You smell the smoke, you feel the heat of the fire, but you can't do anything. You're not able to affect change. You are just an observer who is in this world. And you see the same flashes that you saw before. You see a flash of Tarwater drawing the symbol of the three triangles, like a crown or like a mountain range on the wall. And you hear this. There's one thing that is new in this vision that comes to you. This time, as the vision fades into darkness, you hear a word or a phrase. You hear someone say, Zendaya. And then you wake up and you find that you wake up with a start, like a, and Lorne is in your lap looking at you with concern because you've been fidgeting in your meditation, and he could tell something was wrong.
Yes, Lord. I've been visited by terrible visions this evening, this day, this time.
And he is actually scratching at your gloved hand, Delaelia.
Oh. I take my glove off and show it to him so he can sniff it.
And underneath the glove, your hand is glowing. And Delaelia, you see at the tips of your fingers, your hand.
Not good.
It's turning kind of like green.
Like gangrenous or like the wolf?
Like the wolf.
Yeah, so cool.
Like the tips of your fingers don't look like flesh anymore.
Do they feel different? Should I do a check of some kind?
I mean, it's your hand, so you can tell that. You still feel. You still you can feel your fingers if you rub them against each other, but the texture's different.
Ew, it freaks me out. I love it though. I think so Kelsea loves it. Delaelia is not as turned on by it as Kelsea is. Instead, she's just like wondrous. I want to smell them and stuff.
It smells like the earth.
Yes. Okay. So I put the glove back on and I decide I'm not going to bother anybody with this because I don't want to make Theia scared or anything like that. So I just am like, our mission is to do this thing, and looks like I have a little bit more incentive to do the thing.
And Theia and Feliks, you are both resting in this beautiful tent that I think Lydia has created for us. And there's a fire that
and she made a lovely penis surrounded by balls.
Wait, is it? Oh, it totes is. That's a lot of balls.
Yeah. More is more.
So many balls.
And
More is more, dog.
Feliks made a fire. Balls. No, Feliks made a fire. And so you are in the tent. And Feliks and Theia, you guys are able to sleep. You don't get any visions in this sleep. You're actually able to get a decent amount of rest. And Feliks and Theia, I think Ramsey pokes his head into the tent, and he goes meh, to try and get your attention.
Okay. I'm up.
And
oh my god,
he trots in.
Yes.
He trots in. And he's trying to get he's trying to get some attention from you.
What time is it?
Meh.
Hey, bud.
And
Wow.
yeah.
How long were we out?
I don't know. I don't know, but I needed that sleep. Dear God. Ramsey, buddy, you're not supposed to be in the tent. And starts pushing him out the tent.
Delaelia pokes her head in and says,
And Ramsey shoves right into Delaelia as you poke your head in. That was
Goat
right
ass.
as Rebecca as Feliks.
Goat ass right
God
to the
damn it.
face.
Goddess, damn it. Ramsey. No, she just pushes him out of the way kindly and says, I'm glad you all slept well. Is a little grouchy because she did not.
And you guys notice that Bill isn't there.
Bill
Where'd Bill go?
well, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Emma let Bill die. So,
Who's Emma?
don't ruin this for me, Thea. We should probably continue on because there are 2 more vulvas in the bag that we can use if we need to, and Bill will always be with us. You know, Feliks, I understand that you're squeamish about women things, and I apologize for bringing it up.
You know what? I don't want to know. And I'm gonna go break down the tent.
Cool. Yeah, let's break camp. Let's break camp. I think it is very important that we find the place for the godseed as quickly as we can.
You said vulva, and now that you're saying godseed, it sounds like we're trying to get somebody pregnant, and I'm confused.
Honestly, we sort of are.
Thea does not say
that.
That was full Lydia.
Lydia, how dare you metagame like that? That's not what we're doing. After I said Emma killed Bill.
Fine. Okay, sorry. I guess we can focus. So Thea's...
It looks to be about mid-morning. You step out of the tent, and it looks to be about mid-morning.
And at that, Delaelia points up like, see, because that's the person that killed Bill. But we need to just start in that direction and go. We have no time to waste.
Which direction are we going? I'm sorry.
The way, does no one have an idea of what direction we're going?
I don't know where we're going.
Should we roll for like perception or something? Like we just kind of ran out into the woods in the middle of the night.
We're out of Sylvail, which is good. Should we... Zendaya. Does anyone know who Zendaya is?
I'm gonna roll.
No, but I feel like she's a good singer.
Check.
Yeah, very good singer. Also, like, an attractive, almost gender-neutral option for Spider-Man.
Well,
looks good in pink
Thea
hair.
rolled a 16 on a history
Roll
check.
Okay. Anybody else rolling?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, is that history or
history or religion?
20? That's 20. Oh my god, Felix knows this somehow.
No, Feliks. That was a 19 plus 1.
Oh.
And I got a 9.
Then close enough. It's a dirty 20.
Yeah. She's dirty.
My god, we're raucous tonight.
So Delaelia has no idea what Zendaya
We're
means.
out of control.
We are.
So sorry.
It's been a week. It's
so
been a week.
patient with us. I feel like we
Same.
owe you donuts, Emma.
Okay, I'll send Emma donuts. I'm doing it now.
Okay. We rolled our checks. Let's let our DM do her thing.
So Delaelia has no idea what Zendaya is, if it's a person, if it's a singer, if it's a tree. Princess Theia, the name Zendaya seems like it should be something that you know what it is, but you can't quite place it. It sounds familiar, but you don't know. Feliks, somewhere tucked away in your brain, you recall while you were traveling through the world, you were in a tavern and you remember hearing a person at a nearby table. You were sitting enjoying a nice pint of ale and a warm dinner, and you recall hearing some people talking about Zendaya kind of under their breath, like in hushed tones. And what you recall of the situation is that Zendaya is a person. And when you think of that conversation, what you seem to remember is that they spoke of Zendaya reverently. And you couldn't exactly hear what they were saying, but they looked kind of shifty.
Ooh.
And mysterious. And not maybe particularly very friendly.
And so Felix, at the name Zendaya, he just kind of stops breaking down the tent. He's like, that name sounds really familiar. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. I don't know. I don't get good vibes from it though. The only time I've ever heard, I heard that name once. It was at a tavern, and the people talking about it, they kind of seem sketch, a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't seem like the friendly type, so
Was
why?
this friend Feliks? And Delaelia like leans on her elbow. Was this in a brothel? You sound nervous.
No, it was at a tavern. It was just some people at a table next to me. They were just, hooded and very suspicious and talking in like hushed tones. And so I wasn't at a brothel. That's not a, no.
No, that's
I'm gonna
fine.
go walk Ramsey.
Well, while you're doing that, Thea's gonna look at Delaelia and say, why are you asking about Zendaya?
Oh, I had a dream that was quite honestly traumatic, but at the end of it, I heard a voice whisper Zendaya, and I've never heard the name before. I don't know anything about it, and it seems relevant. I mean, I was part of the elves that were dying in Sylvail, and it was real. There was nothing I could do, and everybody around me was burning, and so was I. And then I heard Zendaya.
That sounds horrible. Maybe we should steer clear of that name then.
I think at least investigating it might be nice. Because you're right.
Okay.
I wouldn't go running toward it like Mother, but,
Okay, so, alright, so we got this weird Zendaya person that's mysterious and potentially dangerous, and then Kildura gave you that seed, right?
Right. Herself. This is herself.
Oh.
Yeah, like all of it, all of her is within me right here. That's...
Oh.
And
And Thea
Delaelia is like
takes a step
panicky.
back and Thea takes
panicky.
a step back and like kind of looks her up and down like doesn't know how to handle it. Like, are you pregnant? Like,
Yeah.
um,
Similar feelings right now of like, should I just cut it off? What should I do? I don't know. But I do feel like I was trusted obviously I was trusted with something great, and I intend to honor it.
so what are we supposed to do with her?
Plant her in a place that we will know when we get there. I will say, Feliks would understand more than me because he is an adventurer and I am merely a keeper of the forest, but...
And, a goddess in your arm.
Right, and that's my thing at this point where I'm like, now I have this, and all you want to do is do right by it, but when does myself as a person get to still exist within that? But that it is what it is, I guess. Right?
Thea reaches out a hand and like gently pats Delaelia on the shoulder. Like, I don't really know what to say to that, but I need you to know that I'm here.
Yep. And I think both of them are a little bit like lips gone awkward, like
And Felix is just going to call out from a slight distance away. Has anyone seen the prince?
Oh no.
Where's your brother?
He was supposed to be with Lorne.
Oh,
He was
Lorne.
supposed to be with Lorne.
Lorne, where's the prince?
Did you lose him? I got a 7. Can somebody find my brother, please? I don't
I'm
trust him.
looking.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't see him.
Oh my god.
Wow.
He's the crown prince. How
What's
could
his
we
name?
lose him?
I forgot his name.
He's a rabbit. What are we supposed to do?
Dashing! Come back
supposed
here
to
or
watch
we
him.
will leave you.
Your Highness.
Does anyone have a carrot?
And
Come
all
here
of
right
a
now.
sudden,
Yes.
all of a sudden, you guys hear a. "Ah!"
Found him.
Follow that sound.
No,
Where's the sound coming from?
we need to set appropriate boundaries. He comes to us.
It's coming from
No.
deeper in the forest.
No, we have to go to him. He is small. He is very squishy right now. And he's the crown prince. We
Okay.
got to go find him.
Well, Thea's gonna follow that scream.
Yeah, Felix is too.
Just balls to the wall, caution to the wind, following the scream.
Delaelia, with purpose but not quickly, walks in the same direction.
Do we still have any rope? Does anybody have any rope? I need a leash.
Well, we'll do it then when we find him. If we find him.
And you guys are running. Well, Delaelia is not running, but Theia and Feliks are running deeper into the forest. And you don't have to run too far. You can hear the ah, ah. And as you burst through some bushes, you arrive in a clearing, and this is what you see. I actually have to make a roll for this person to see how well they did on what they were trying to do.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
They rolled a 2, so this is gonna be fun.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So Theia and Feliks get there first. So this is what Theia and Feliks see. Kneeling, not so much kneeling as almost face first planted on the earth in front of you, you see an athletic looking male elf with a medium brown complexion holding the golden bunny that is Prince Dashing in his 2 outstretched hands. The most immediately noticeable thing about this person is his luscious black hair, which is cut short at the sides in an undercut, then partially braided and twisted into a ponytail that rises up and cascades down his back.
I had to unmute just to say yes.
Through his hair, you also see 2 pointed elven ears. One has a golden ear cuff on it, like the kind with a little metal bar and then like a chain that attaches to the earlobe. And then the other ear has just a nice dangly sapphire jewel earring.
Okay, Lydia is attracted to this character.
Yeah.
Theia is still very gay, but is very appreciative of this character.
And
Do I know this person?
well, Delaelia wasn't running, so she doesn't see this person
She doesn't
yet.
see him.
Huh.
Ha.
So yeah, you run into the clearing, and that's what you see. This person is like face planted into the earth, holding Dashing, who's like, "Let go of me! Ah, no, damn it! Ah, I'm the prince! Don't put me down! Put me down!"
Sir,
Oh my
sir,
God.
put the bunny down.
Theia's gonna run forward and snatch at Dashing and say, "What did you do?"
I didn't do anything. I was trying to get home when this person grabbed me. And at this point, the person has sat up and is now holding Dashing in front of him. And he turns and he looks at the 2 of you, and you see a man. He has 2 dark brown eyes, and they look at you with surprise.
Theia's gonna say, "Hi, I'm so sorry. That rabbit is my brother. Can I please have him back? I don't know what he did, but I'm sorry for whatever it was. Just, I need him."
And as you finish that, Delaelia enters the clearing. And Delaelia, you do recognize this person. Delaelia, you enter the clearing, and this person turns to look at you, and now his eyebrows go up in recognition. Delaelia, you recognize this person as Baron, named after our friend of the podcast, Justin Baron.
Hey!
An elf that is slightly older than you and whom you know from your home of a Fonethoid. Delaelia, or Kelsea, what do you think Delalia's relationship to Baron is?
Thank you for letting me improvise. Also, I think that this individual is my cousin, and that we are, like, elves aren't as weird about cousins. You know, it's not like they're your sister or brother, but then everyone sort of in your age group is your sister or brother at the same time.
Awesome. So you see Baron, your cousin. And now that Baron is sitting up and he sees you, Delaelia, he says, Delaelia. Or here, he's more like, what is proper? How does Delaelia talk? Delaelia.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
How does Delaelia talk?
I don't know, because it changes.
Delaelia. What? You're back.
I'm not back. And I never left. I'm here. Give me that rabbit.
Down. I don't want to be in your hands. I order
But
you to put me down.
Okay,
You
I go
know
and I
each
take the
other?
rabbit.
Well, Baron is holding Dashing, and he stands up, and he kind of extends Dashing forward to to you, Delaelia, and he says, "Does this rabbit belong to you?"
It's not mine, but it's in my protection. It's on a, you've seen for yourself. It's not an ideal situation, but here we are.
What is this? And he's looking at Dashing curiously, but he hasn't handed him over yet. And now that he's stood up, you guys can see that Baron is wearing a simple but elegant white tunic with a deep V-neck that shows off various tattoos strewn across his chest.
Yes, Daddy.
Right? I worked on this a lot today. His breeches and boots are equally elegant, clearly elven made, and various rings decorate his fingers. But what really makes this outfit is the shimmering, satiny cape billowing down his back. It is a deep purple and embroidered with golden crescent moons, suns, and stars. Needless to say, he looks quite fashionable and a bit out of place for the middle of the forest.
Yes. So I take the rabbit in my hand. I palm it like a basketball because I'm definitely the WNBA player of the woods. And then I playfully but still hurtingly punch Baron in his shoulder with my other hand. And that's my non-gloved hand. So the gloved hand is holding the rabbit. And I'm like, just go away.
Felix just trying to get the rabbit. He's like, oh God, please, just put him down.
Yeah, I let him hang by my side, and then Feliks takes him.
Can I please have the brother? Can brother come to? Can I have my brother?
You can have your
please?
brother if you don't lose him again.
Put me down!
Hey, he was under the protection of Lorne. This is not my fault. Your pet lost
Okay.
track of him.
At this point, you're asking a pet to keep track of the crown prince. Okay.
I will take that.
Lauren sends out a
Okay.
feeling to you guys, and it is the feeling of indignation.
Indignation and hurt. Indignation and hurt.
Theia's gonna take the rabbit and say, okay, look, I'm sorry, I lost my temper. He drives me crazy and it makes me crazy. And I'm sorry, Lorne, and I'm sorry, Delaelia, and I'm sorry, whoever you are. And she looks at the
This
elf.
is Baron. His name is Baron.
Nice to meet you, Baron. And she's gonna look at Dashing and say, I am not sorry. Stay put. And kind of muffle him.
And
in
he's
her,
complaining
arms.
as he's muffled into your chest. He's still complaining and
Awful.
wiggling. But Baron is brushing off some dirt that got onto his beautiful shirt. So you take Dashing and punch him, and Baron goes, oh. And then he crosses his arms, and when you look to him, Lydia, he nods his head slightly to you, and then slightly to you as well, Feliks. And Baron says, "Are these visitors with you?"
Yes, these visitors are under my protection as well. Why are you wearing a cape?
And he brushes some dust off his shoulder, and he just kind of snaps, and the cape just billows behind him, and he strikes a pose, and he says, "It's sad that you had to even ask that question."
Ugh.
And he just it's just billowing behind
Is that a magic cape?
him. And you say,
Is that a magic
he
cape?
leans down to you, Feliks, and he says, "Why, yes, in fact, it is. Do you like it?"
Theia's gonna look at Feliks and say, do you want that cape? Because I kind of want to take that cape for you from him.
No, we're not. No.
We'll get you a similar cape.
No, we're not
Feliks.
stealing people's clothes.
Feliks, if you want a cape, we'll get you a cape. Feliks used to sport a really interesting and attractive feather, but you wouldn't understand such class. And then she looks at him and just winks and hugs him and says, "You look great, cousin. What's going on?"
And he's really offended when you say that, but then when you hug him, he simmers down, and he doesn't hug you back, but he puts one hand on your back and taps it a couple times, that's his version of a hug. You know that Baron is not someone who's necessarily a big hugger.
Yeah.
And he says to Feliks, "First of all, you are not getting your little hands on this cape over my dead body. Delaelia, who are your friends?"
Oh, I apologize. How extremely rude. And I motion my gloved hand to Feliks and I say, this is... Oh, no, I'm going to say it. I want to say it.
Feliks Gekekakin,
Feliks.
Saint Frumterabble of Wonder Trundle.
Don't you
Did
have
I say
written
it right?
Felix Beck.
Feliksek. The Gek again.
Feliks
Feliks
Gekekakin.
I'm just like imagining like the two characters just like trying to say that, trying to figure out
Like,
the name
it's
again.
really important to me that your name is said correctly.
And Baron says, "Oh, Delaelia, it's so sweet. You have friends."
Of course I have friends. I'm extremely personable. And this is Princess Theia of Highguard. Ex-princess of High... She's still the prince. She's the crown princess of Highguard. Look at her ring.
I mean, this
Felix
is
Schick
technically my
Grampton
brother's.
Saint from the Robbie.
Hi.
And he is a hero.
I'm
And Baron
Well,
just
hi.
nods and looks at you, Felix, with kind of like a okay look. Nice to meet you, Felix. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Princess.
Oh, also-
Theia.
And we're not done yet. There's more. This is Ramsey, esteemed steed, and Lorne, my familiar.
This is Prince Dashing. He's not usually a rabbit, but he is usually this annoying.
Yeah, I didn't introduce him because he doesn't matter.
Well,
okay. Let's not be mean. He's currently under a curse. You happen to accidentally catch a rabbit who is a prince in cursed form.
And
It's been a
Baron
long
is
week.
just looking at you guys with is trying to take all this in, is blinking quite a bit.
Is he bemused?
Bewildered, probably.
Bothered?
And beguiled. And beguiled. So let me get this straight. The rabbit is the prince? No, wait, the goat
Yeah.
is the wait, you have a dragon?
No.
And
Yes.
he seems torn between the bunny that is actually a prince and the dragon that is in fact a dragon.
I think more importantly, did you know that Sylvail has been completely destroyed and everyone in it? Sylvail. Our Sylvail. Our neighbors.
What are you talking about, cousin?
They have all been killed. All of them.
Have you been eating mushrooms again?
Go check it out yourself. It's fine. It's fine.
I've never been to Sylvail. You went to Sylvail?
Yes. And it's gone.
I can confirm this.
It was quite horrifying.
Well, that sucks.
Yes.
Might I ask, Baron?
He tips
sir.
his head to you, and he catches the tips of your fingers and just graces his lips across the tips of your fingers.
Ah!
Roll a d20.
I mean,
Roll a d20. Him is a man.
Indeed.
His is a man.
oh no.
Oh
What's
no!
gonna happen?
What is it? A 4?
Yeah.
Let's
It's a
see. I don't
4.
know. I didn't know this would happen. I didn't know. I just was going with the flow. Let's see what happens. Let's go to our magic. Our wild magic.
This is a weird episode, guys. This
We
is
might wanna
weird.
scrap
So what
this
just
one.
happened in like 5 minutes?
Poor
Yeah,
Baron.
you say 5 minutes, but we started recording at 6:30, so it's been like 2 hours.
2 hours of
What?
weird. Yeah.
Oh no! No, this is.
No!
Okay.
No, don't say that.
Roll,
Is he important?
roll a one.
Oh,
Roll a d4.
oh god.
A 1.
I got a 1.
Okay, so
Oh,
Princess
no.
Theia, Baron just brushes his lips across the tips of your fingers in a gesture of formal greeting to a princess. And you feel really uncomfortable. Like immediately the anxiety starts to hit you because you know that, oh no, this could mean something really bad. And it starts to, your stomach starts to hurt, like cramping and
Oh,
then
no.
suddenly it's gurgling And Baron looks up and steps back a little bit because it's weird. And and it feels so uncomfortable. I think so uncomfortable that like you grab at your stomach. And Delaelia and Feliks, you see this, and Baron goes, "Is this normal for you?"
And I go toward Delaelia goes toward Theia and behind her, puts her hand on her back and is like, "What's going on?"
What who are you facing, Princess Theia?
Well, I'm holding my brother still, so if somebody wants to take the rabbit, that'd be nice.
I take him, and I take him like...
Feliks will take the rabbit.
I think again, I take the rabbit and I'm holding it carelessly behind me. And so then Feliks is just like, Jesus Christ, and just takes the rabbit.
Who is just constantly struggling, like, ugh. And you start to feel like kind of gassy. And it's starting to manifest in your tummy. And
is Theia gonna toot?
You feel all of a sudden a line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide blasts from your mouth. Each creature that starts in all of a sudden a line, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. All of a sudden, a line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10 feet wide, blasts from your mouth in an epic belch. Each
He's standing right there. In front of me.
I find burps so funny this week. That is so funny.
Oh, and I think, he's going to have to make a strength saving throw or be pushed 50 feet away from you.
Yes. Into a tree.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I don't like being touched.
I love it.
I'm just imagining the sequence of just kiss.
So yeah.
This is why consent matters. One of a very simple reason why consent matters.
Yeah, Theia, you let out
you could get burped in the face.
You let out the biggest burp of your life, and it hits Baron, and he goes flying 15 feet back and slams into a tree. And just, like, slides down.
Oh my
That's
God.
Great.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Sometimes when I get surprised by men, like when they touch me when I'm not expecting it, things happen, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You should not just put your erogenous zones on someone without their permission. And Delaelia just looks wry.
And Baron is a little shocked.
Like Felix is just standing there, just completely holy shit. Like he's just deadpan, I don't know what I just witnessed.
And so is Dashing, that shocked Dashing out of his fit, and he's just hanging there wide, in Felix's hands,
because it's outrageous.
Thea is the color of a tomato. She's so embarrassed. That's the worst thing that's ever happened. It's the most embarrassing. That's worse
the
than
worst
floating.
Introduction you'll ever have in your life.
Guys, my job is literally director of first impressions. That was a bad impression.
And
Great.
Baron picks himself up with again, blinking. And he looks at Theia, and he looks at Feliks, and he looks at Delaelia, and he says, "Okay, your friends are weird. I'm going to go. But before I do, can I borrow your dragon or your bunny or both for a day?"
Hello, listeners. This is your DM, Emma Carter here. As always, I'd like to take a moment to thank you, the listeners, for pressing play. If you're enjoying this episode, please consider sharing Spellbound with a friend. If you share the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, tag us and hashtag #TheSpellPod. I'll put your name on my NPC naming list. It's important that you tag us or use the hashtag so we can see it. So gently caress that share button if you too want to become a part of our femtastical Spellbound universe, just like our friend Justin Barron. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure to head over to Taco the Town. It is an awesome podcast hosted by our friend Dave Keith, where he goes around to different restaurants in the Kansas City area and he enjoys tacos with guests. We were his guests 2 weeks ago, literally the day that the last episode went live, and we visited Sancho's Street Side. If you live in the Kansas City area or near Shawnee, you should definitely visit Sancho's Street Side. They were some of the best tacos I've ever had in my life. I'm not a connoisseur, but Rebecca and Dave are, and they loved them. So make sure to visit Sancho's Street Side Tacos and check out Taco the Town podcast. Dave wrote us a little scenario to play out. So we actually have some unofficial DMing and role-playing going on in that episode. So if you want to experience that bonus content, you got to get over to Taco the Town. All right, friends, let's get back to our heroes.
Okay, your friends are weird. I'm going to go. But before I do, can I borrow your dragon or your bunny or both for like a day?
Why? Why do you want our pets?
And Baron looks embarrassed. And he says, I just know of someone who would love to see a talking golden bunny or an actual dragon. And he steps towards Lorne and it kind of extends his hand, but then he remembers what just happened and he pulls his hand back, but he's looking at Lorne with like just a lot of intrigue and interest. And he explains, oh no, go ahead, Feliks.
Oh, it's just who exactly is wanting to see these fantastic creatures?
Well, and he sighs and he kind of plays with his hair and he says, so I may have forgotten that today is a very special day for two very important people to me, and I am trying to find a very special gift to give both of these people. And Delaelia, you would know that Baron has two partners, and that he's probably talking about his two partners.
So you want to give them a bun? You want to give? Do they have names?
Yes. Their names are. Let me go to that part. So Delaelia, you know that Baron has two partners, Asher and Priya.
Okay.
Oh damn it! Priya rhymes with Theia. Oh well.
That's fine. Priya. So you want to give Asher and Priya a second-hand pet?
No, he looks offended. No, I want to give Priya. Priya likes adorable and interesting animals, and I saw this golden bunny prince man, and I thought that she would enjoy seeing a golden bunny. But if you have a dragon, that's even better.
There is no world in which you will have this dragon. But Theia, honestly, think about this. If he was to take the rabbit while we go and plant the godseed, he could keep the rabbit safe, and then we could get him on the way back and then turn him back into a prince or whatever. Think about it. It might be safer for him.
I don't think we should be trading off a prince.
Well, it might be safer for him here if he can't keep himself in camp like he's supposed to.
Can you excuse us for a moment? And Thea's gonna take dashing from Feliks and kind of walk off to the side.
Just the two of them?
And say, just the two of them. And she's gonna look at him and say, okay, here's the thing. I've been searching high and low for you for a while. How long have we been?
Days.
Days. Been searching high and low for you, Throughout these woods for days, I have faced countless perils to get you back, and I am determined to keep you by my side, but I can't do that if you don't listen to me. Can you stay put and do what you're told until we can figure out how to get you back to normal?
I was just trying to go home. I didn't ask that guy to grab me.
Dashing, you're not listening. I'm gonna get you home. Look, we can take care of you. We can keep you safe. You can't keep yourself safe right now. You're literally
I
a rabbit.
know I'm a rabbit.
I can try and...
I know. And like this little rabbit is just so angry at you, and its ears are standing all the way up. He says, "Do I look like I've forgotten that I'm a rabbit?"
And she's gonna hold him close to her face and say, okay, would you rather cooperate with your sister who has incredibly powerful unbridled magic, or go with some random elf to entertain his partner for a day and be lost for who knows how long, and maybe I die on the way to go plant this godseed?
He shakes his head and says, "I just want to go home. I don't want to go with the guy. What's a godseed?" And back over where you are, Delaelia, Baron asks the same thing. He says, "Godseed? What
I
is it?"
have a god living inside of me right now.
You have been eating mushrooms again. You know, you really
I haven't.
You really
Again?
shouldn't. Yeah, he laughs and he gives Feliks like a eyebrow raise and kind of like a needle of the elbow, and he says, "She really shouldn't eat them fresh out of the ground. You know that Asher can make you a tea."
No, and I would love, honestly, that sounds great right now, but look at this. And like doesn't let Feliks see, but takes her glove off and shows Baron her hand and her fingers.
And Baron looks impressed and a little mystified, and he says, "You and your friends are very strange, Delaelia. But that
Yeah,
is
the stakes are really, really high. Like more high than I was planning on when I went to go save the humans, but here we are.
Okay. And I think he takes Delaelia aside. So in one corner, Theia is like talking to a bunny, and in the other corner, Baron is talking to Delaelia, and it just leaves like Feliks and Ramsey and Lorne in the middle of this clearing.
Anybody else feel like we have no control over what's going on right now? And Ramsey's just like, nah.
He is gonna hold Dashing close and say, okay, Dashing, you have two choices, only two. You can either go with this stranger who might take you to like see his partner for a day, or might just kidnap you and you never go home, or you can come with me and cooperate and stop running off, and I will figure out how to turn you back into a prince and get you home. Those are the options. There are only two. What are you going to do?
The second option. The second
Really?
option. Yeah, I don't want to go with this guy. I don't know him.
Okay, can you pinky promise me?
And he looks at you, and then he extends his paw, and he looks like he's trying to figure out how to raise a pinky on a paw, and it takes him a second, but then he does, and it's a tiny little bunny pinky.
Little beans.
God. And Theia's gonna put her pinky around that bean, and she's gonna say, this is a magically binding contract. If you break it, horrible things will happen to you. And she's gonna roll an intimidation check.
Yeah,
No.
Princess Theia!
But what if it's not good?
Who cares? It was a good try.
No, I liked it.
Okay.
It's not horrible.
What'd you roll, Theia?
I rolled a 13.
So yeah, I think Dashing, at first he looks like a little amused at that, but then he remembers a second ago when you literally burped a man into a tree, and his his ears lower a little bit, and he nods his head and he says, okay.
Okay, I promise I will keep you safe. Just please do what I say.
Fine.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the ground. Do not run away unless you want to get belched into a
I
tree.
don't want to be on the ground. It's dirty.
Oh, where do you want to be?
I mean, You can keep holding me.
Oh. I mean, okay.
Also, like,
All right.
same. Like, I would want to be held too. I'd be like, hold me in your loving arms. Why are you questioning this?
I'm a prince.
I mean, you are kind of fluffy and warm. You are pretty fluffy and warm. I guess I could get used to this. And she's gonna walk back to the group now.
And he's like, I'm a prince. I don't walk on the ground. But you can tell that he enjoys being held way more than he would be walking on the dirt.
Oh my god, he's so soft and fluffy and stupid, and I hate him, but I also love him.
He's literally the same as he's always been, except now he's with us. And that's the trick. Castration. I don't know.
God.
No, he's still got his little bunny ball.
No.
But
Him has a penis and bars.
back with Baron and Delaelia, Baron says, I can see you have a lot going on at the moment, but if you could do me a solid and just come back to a Phonatoid for like a day so I can show Priya, the dragon, or the Prince Bunny Man, that would be, I would be in your debt. And he makes a big show of that. Actually, he's gonna roll a performance for that. Yeah, he rolled a 14 plus probably like 3 charisma. So he gets close to you, Delaelia, and he takes your hands in his hands and he says, cousin, if you could do me but this one favor, I would be eternally grateful to you. You won't deny me this trivial request.
Guys, is it okay if we go like one day back to a Phonatoid and we'll be able to stock up on things we might need, like silvery stuff?
Yeah, I've got my brother, so I'm pretty much down for whatever. I mean, as long as you're comfortable. I know that it's not the happiest place for you, so.
No, I'm not. Baron, this is honestly, I love you and I care about you, and I think honestly that the cousins are lucky to have each other because they don't have any other option. And I care about you and I want to make sure that you and your family is happy.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, cousin. And he does, again, like gives you like his little like pat hug, which is his version of a hug.
Which is hugely affectionate, yeah.
And he says, and there is one more thing. You're a ranger, right? You do this forest thing.
Yeah.
I need a gift for Asher, and I have been trying to find a mandrake root. Could you help me find that before we go back? Because I forgot to give him a gift and I don't want him to be mad at me.
So you're showing Priya 2 animals and then you're giving Asher a mandrake root? Yikes. But sure.
Don't judge my relationship. I know my partners and I know what they like. I just totally forgot that today was our anniversary.
What did they get you? Or do you not know yet?
Well, we haven't exchanged gifts yet. That's why I've been out here all day trying to find a gift.
Oh, one condition. The pseudo-dragon does not leave my sight.
Fine.
2 conditions. The rabbit also doesn't leave my sight.
Okay.
Fine.
So it'll be a party. I love a party. You know I love a party, Baron. And then looks at him like, I don't fucking love a party.
Guys, do you remember parties?
Yeah, they're awful. Oh, you mean in game? They're awful. In real life, right?
Oh my god.
My mom showed me a picture of us at a brewery once, and I was like, oh.
I've gotten so used to wearing my mask at work that today I came home and I walked out of my room and I panicked for a minute because I was like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be wearing a mask. And then I was like, no.
Out of your room.
You're in your house. Okay, back to the game. Sorry. Just had to party.
And yes, and Baron says, fine. This is all fine. As long as you come back and as long as we find the mandrake root, I'll be good.
Okay.
And then he looks at Feliks and he says, and you can come too, Feliks, if you want. Everyone's invited. It's a party.
Nothing like an anniversary.
All right, let's go to an elf city.
Marvelous.
Felix is very excited. He's
What were you going to say, Rebecca?
Oh no, Felix is just really excited. He's never been in an elf city before, so he's just kind of like, okay, yeah.
So we can go to the elf city. We can go to a Fornitoid after we find the mandrake root. So get to doing what you do, cuz.
Okay. So I want to go look
Survival?
for a mandrake root.
Or like like your rangery stuff, like tracking something or survival. Oh no.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. No,
Felix.
actually, I will say that I have in my favored place. What is it? I have advantage.
You do in your favorite terrain, which is the
choices.
forest.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do it again.
So Felix has insight into this too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Felix rolled an 18. I'm doing good today. For the most
There
part.
we go.
Wow.
A dirty 20.
All right. So yeah, between the two of you, so Felix, you know about mandrake roots because they also grow where you're from. They're rare, so they're not just like everywhere. It's you got to look for them. But you know that a mandrake root is like a tiny little root that makes sounds like a baby, and when you take it out of the earth, it cries, and it can really hurt your eardrums, and it can make you pass out, Harry Potter style. And you know about the kind of soil where they like to grow. And Delaelia, you also, as a you live here, the mandrake root. You've probably even seen one before. Generally, people like to leave them alone unless they know how to extract them from the earth. So, and if you have to have something to plug your ears with. I mean, you can use your hands, but it's better if you have something to plug your ears with. So between the two of you, Felix and Delaelia, I think you're able to lead the party further into the forest. You guys walk for probably about 20 to 30 minutes, and the whole time Baron is doing his best to step over logs without getting his cape caught on anything. He's not really the woodsy type, even though he's an elf who lives in the woods. He's not like the woods type of elf. And I think Dashing is just kind of fuming but not saying anything. He's just staying in Theia's arms.
I will also take my sigil that has been in my pouch this whole time and put it back around my neck as a necklace.
And Baron notices this and he says, I do prefer you with jewelry.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
What is that?
It's my family thing I have. It's like Theia's, except less potentially God related. Eye roll. Hashtag eye roll.
Felix just finds this really funny because that's not entirely a thing. Like sigils and stuff. That's very extravagant. Not extravagant. What's the word? Extra.
Yeah.
He's just kind of all right. They do clans. He's no do clans. So he gets the pride, but he's also walk around wearing it.
Also, Felix, you don't know extra until you've been to a phonatoid.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Theia's gonna walk up on the other side of Delaelia and say, "Are you okay?"
I guess we'll see, won't we?
If you need anything, I mean, I have a lot of experience in the whole, living in a place where people don't really like me thing, so just, I'm here,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we've got you.
And I think I'm going to reach out and hold both their hands.
Oh! I do not freak out because I trust you.
And you guys walk like that until you reach another area, and you notice first, Delaelia, up ahead, you see the familiar stalk of the mandrake poking up out of the earth, kind of unassuming to the untrained eye, but Felix, once you get closer, you notice too that is without a doubt a mandrake. What do you do?
I will take the proper precautions and tell everyone to step back and plug your ears. You can't be too careful.
Okay.
Do you?
Dashing.
Yeah, squish his ears or whatever. Hey,
Baron pulls out some wool, or like some what looks like wool, and passes it around to you.
Oh, that's nice.
I came
Okay.
Well, he was looking for it. I guess he would come prepared.
Yes.
Do you want it to be alive?
Delaelia, I'm not a monster. Of course we want it to be alive. And he takes, he had like a little satchel. He takes a jar, or I should probably like a pot out of it, and it's got a lid on it. And he opens the lid and there's water inside, because when you take the mandrake root out of the ground, you got to put it in water so it will be okay.
Oh, okay.
Is what I've
So
decided.
you're ready. Cool. Yep. Sounds good. I was gonna knock it out, but that's better. All right. What does Baron do? I know what Baron does. What's his thing?
So Delaelia,
Besides, like, be hot and have 2 partners.
So Delaelia, you know that Baron does hair.
Oh, okay.
Baron, like, his passion is hair. I don't know if it's his official job within a phonatoid, or you don't, like, maybe like it was like something he was trying to get into. He tried to do the elfy woody things, like going and collecting stuff in the woods, and like but he wasn't good at any of that stuff, and so he
didn't enjoy it.
He didn't enjoy it. So he prefers he likes to do hair for elves in a
That's
phonatoid.
an important job. Yeah.
Thea has so much hair.
Yeah.
Oh, I noticed. And he didn't notice in a good way. He's looking at it like, oh. Actually, he's looking at it like, oh, I noticed. And
Honey.
you do need
Yeah.
help. Lots of help.
Would you have time to help my friend with her hair?
I feel like that would be a fair trade for, talking bunny time.
That's true. Maybe if you had a minute, if Priya had a few minutes alone with the bunny, we could do your hair at the same time, and then you could relax a little bit.
Deal.
Okay.
I'm gonna check in with Dashing and say, is that okay?
That's fair.
I mean, I guess. Whatever. I just want to get through this so we can go home.
Dashing, I know this is a weird comment to make, but Priya is very good looking.
Yes, she is. Priya is short and curvy and cute.
Yes.
And she has short hair that she usually styles in a pompadour.
Yes, pompadour. Okay. And she's curvy.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm distressed.
All right.
That's so cute. I'm distressed.
So I want to.
I know. I'm like, oh.
Should we? I will dig it up.
All right. So do you step forward?
Yes.
All right. So I think you have Baron hands you the jar. He's going to let you do your thing. And as you approach the mandrake root, suddenly from up above, something swoops at you, Delaelia. It goes, "Ha!" And it swoops at your hair.
Lauren, take care of whatever that is.
It's a bird. There's a crow or a raven? No, a crow. It swoops at your head, Delaelia, and then it circles back around and it swoops at you again and goes, "Ka!" That's what they do. Ka!
What did you do to that bird?
I don't know. What's going on, bird? Okay, I'll speak to it. Jesus. So I speak with animals and I talk to the bird and I say, why are you attacking me? What's going on?
So I wasn't gonna do any more accents, but this is the last one I got. So hey, you, what are you doing? What are you doing with our mandrake root?
Oh, I was going to take it to a place.
Oh, so you think this is your mandrake root?
No, it was for someone else.
Oh, that makes it fine. Wrong. So listen here, me and my buddies, me and my murder, and you look up and there's just like a huge swarm of crows just like sitting in the trees, all looking down at you with their beady little crow eyes. He says, listen up. You want this root, you gotta pay up first.
Oh, what do you want from us? Yes, Feliks that doesn't understand birds?
Actually, Felix can speak with small animals. Like, he can speak with birds.
Oh, you can?
So he's understanding this too, and he's just like, the audacity of this thing. Like, it's so much attitude from a bird.
The birdacity.
Yeah, no worries. So if you wanna, this accent was inspired by a customer I talked to over the phone at Spawn Pen, whose name was Sunny. He was Sunny, and he lives in Florida, but he's originally from Philadelphia, and now he's in Tennessee. So if you want this mandrake root, you gotta give us something nice and shiny. We're crows.
Okay.
We like shiny things.
We have shiny things.
What? Do you want like a gold piece?
God, give him a silver piece. Silver
Do you want
shinier.
a silver piece?
Show the boys. Show the boys what you got. They'll let you know.
I hold up a silver piece.
And the crows up ahead like look at each other, and then they all look down at you, and they all go caw caw caw. Like nah.
So they drive a hard bargain.
Felix takes out the feather in his hat, and he's like, "Do you want something fancy for the nest? Because like it's
Do I
cut,
look
but it's
like I
still
need
it's still bright
feathers?
blue."
Do I look like I need feathers? And he ruffles
No,
his feathers.
sorry.
Does anybody have anything else of value for Nitkin over here?
Baron is not looking at any of you.
Baron.
Baron, what do you have? This is for your
You're
thing.
looking
This
rather
is your thing.
shiny.
Yeah, all of you is rather shiny.
Do you want Baron?
What? And yes, you remember that he has earrings and
Yeah.
rings.
Yeah, he has
what?
one earring with a chain, one dangly sapphire earring.
Sapphire.
What? I don't speak bird. What are we talking about?
They want payment for the root. They want payment for the root. They need something shiny, and this gold piece and that feather doesn't work. Do you have anything shiny on you?
Ooh, well.
Ooh, how special would it feel to give Asher something that you really had to pay for? I can't wait to tell them about it.
And Baron looks at your smug face, and he rolls his eyes, and he says, "For my beloveds, anything." And he takes the sapphire earring from his ear,
Wow.
and he hands it to you.
Wow.
For love.
Wow, I never believed in love until now because I know that this earring is very important to you. This is huge.
It is. And
And-
he tries not to cry.
And so I hold it up.
Shiny.
I hold it up to the birds and I say, "You are causing tears at giving this up."
Hey, boys, what do you think about this one, huh? And the crows all look at each other, and then they're like, caw, like, yeah, we like this shiny thing. And he says, all right, the boys approve. I'll take this shiny rock from yous, and yous guys can have the mandrake root. Good luck. And he snaps it from you in his beak, and he flies back up to the trees, and they're all gonna watch you and laugh at you if you fail.
I just realized that I can
Thank you, Sunny.
create illusions, and I probably could have tricked them with my prestidigitation.
But also Baron is like fine giving up an earring. It's fine.
Am I though? Am I though?
It's okay. Theia still doesn't know what's going on because she doesn't speak bird.
Baron, you realize that you're extremely beautiful, more beautiful than anyone, without that earring as well.
Who, me? And he looks down, and then he looks back up.
Does he flip his
And
hair?
Yeah,
then-
like cinematic.
Flips his hair, and his cape billows.
Oh,
Yes.
I bet Dashing's real jealous
Yes.
right now.
No, he totally is. Dashing is writhing with jealousy.
He used to be so pretty. He's still pretty. He's just a different kind of.
This is going to be the best anniversary ever.
Wasn't jealous till you guys said anything. God. So yeah, what you gonna do?
All right, and now I am going to loosen the earth around the tiny baby without chopping off its baby bellies. Because you know sometimes you like try to dig up a potato and then you accidentally like cut half it off. I'm so sorry to every potato I've done that to. And then yeah, do that, Lucy, and then I have the pot ready with the lid off.
Do you put the cotton in your ears now that you finished the
Yeah.
conversation? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cottons in ears. Everyone is
I
cottoned.
thought it was wool.
Cottoned.
Does Ramsey?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, wool. You're right.
Does
is
everyone
wool.
have a textile of some kind in their
Yes.
ears?
Thea looks at
Does
Dashing.
Ramsey-
Confirms.
Yeah, Felix
these
just kind of puts his hands over Ramsey's ears. Like, he's kind of like,
Okay.
all
And
right.
before she does this, Delaelia puts some in Lauren's ears.
Okay. His little tiny ears. Awesome.
He's like a bird, so he sort of has ears.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Holes.
Everyone make a Constitution saving throw with advantage because you have the wool. Sorry, I keep saying, but it's
Jesus.
wool because wool comes from sheep.
Sheeps. Sheep.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Oh wait. Okay. So okay.
Did you do Ramsey?
Ooh.
oh no, I didn't.
Dashin rolled a 20 and a 1. I wish I could show you guys. He rolled a nat 20
What's that
and a
for?
nat 1.
That's so dashing. That's so
it
him.
is so him.
So the pseudo dragon has better dexterity than I do, or constitution. I mean,
Does he?
it's fine. Yes.
So Thea rolled a 22, her highest.
shocking.
Lauren got a 14.
Okay. Lauren.
Oh, so
just
Felix
made
and
it.
Ramsey both rolled an 11. That's just how we're doing today.
Oh man. Okay. So Delaelia,
Gnome life.
so this is what happens. Delaelia, you pull this little creature out of the ground, and it's like a tuberous. It's wriggling, and it kind of looks more like a big ginger root, or like maybe like a big turnip, less potato. But it's got a little face, but it's got kind of like big eyes, and it's you can't hear it, Delaelia. Or Princess Theia, or Dashing, but it's making a like baby crying sound. Yes, it's exactly
Oh,
like
there
the
it is.
ginger,
I love
the ginger
those.
creature
I love those.
from
I
the
love
ginger
those.
tooth. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like, but a baby. It's got a little baby ginger nose. And it's making a little crying sound. Delaelia, you can't hear it. Princess Theia and Prince Dashing, Theia, you shoved that wool in his ear, so he is very secure. He can't hear anything.
You're welcome.
Felix and Ramsey, on the other hand, and Baron,
Good.
do hear this baby crying, and promptly
So funny.
faint.
Oh.
Not again. Twice now I've
Felix-
been knocked out. Worst adventurer ever.
Thea's gonna move forward.
So we have a fainting goat. We have Felix. So I go and I drip some water on Felix first thing and hold his hand.
Do you put the mandrake in the pot of water?
Oh yeah. Sorry. First thing I deal with that. Shit.
When you do that, it seems to calm down, and it kind of coos. Again, you can't hear this, but it's like, ooh, do, 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 like it's a little baby in a bath.
Yeah, and I nuggle on its little chin, and I'm like, "It's okay, baby," and I talk to it real silly, and then I tell it, "We're gonna take you somewhere nice, but to do that, we're gonna put this lid on, and it's not scary, okay?"
And it just babbles at you happily. It likes the water.
Yeah, cool. So put the lid on it. I put the lid on it, and then I go sprinkle water on Felix.
Yeah, because like Felix was putting the wool in his ears, and then he realized that Ramsey didn't have any, so he went to cover his, and so the wool wasn't tucked in
Aw.
properly, and his only hands were over Ramsey's ears, so they're both just like, oh.
Aw.
Thea's gonna prestidigitate some light breeze over to Baron because she doesn't want to touch him again.
And Felix, you do wake up with the water, and Baron does the breeze kind of brushes him, and he stirs a bit, and then he jumps up as he remembers the gust of wind. and Felix and Baron and Ramsey all feel kind of like, ugh. Like when you wake
Yeah.
up from a nap and your head hurts, you know?
Oh,
Like when
I
you
got
have
that.
that headache after you wake up from a nap, you feel like that. And Baron goes,
A nap
"Ugh."
hangover.
Yeah, nap hangover. That's what you guys have right now. Even though you were only out for a second, it hit you so hard that now you have a nap hangover. Great.
So not feeling
Well,
this right now.
We did that. So happy I shared my wool with you.
Well, the good news is we got your mandrake.
Yes.
If it was easy, you would have done it all by yourself, but unfortunately, it isn't, and you needed our help. You're welcome. And I hand him the pot.
And he takes it, and above, all of the crows are cackling at Feliks and Ramsey and Baron, and Baron glares up at them.
Can we go? Onward.
Hey, Lorne. Lorne to me. And Lorne comes to me and gets in my shirt.
Hey, have a good day. That was funny. You're funny. I like you.
It was nice to meet you, Sonny.
Yeah, don't mention it. Don't. What would you say? Forget about it.
What awaits our heroes in a Fonethoid? And how will Delelia's family react when she comes home? We'll find out next time on Spellbound. Songs in this episode include Spellbound and Spellbound Part 2 by Vindsvept of bandcamp.com, River Flute, Investigations, Thinking Music, and Comic Hero by Kevin MacLeod of incomptech.filmmusic.io. All other songs by Alexander Nakarada of Serpent Sound Studios. All sound effects from zapsplat.com. Until next time.
What I saw was I was part of the elves that were dying in Sylvail. Shit. I'm going to say that again for the recording. What's Sylvail? What am I thinking of? Is that Adventure Zone? Okay.
Yeah.
I was part of the wolves that... I was part of...